We had a conversation last week about a young lady who had been traumatized when she was younger. She had a baby. The baby moved in at 8 years old. Her daughter was 8 years old. The young man was 11 when they moved into the house. At 19, also this child had to be in therapy throughout her life or whatever. This was mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. The father and her moved. They separated because they noticed some things that she never spoke about it. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. I asked her to hit my phone. She never hit me. So I got to go with the information.
The therapy part was in the letter?
Therapy part was in the letter.
Kid, wow, I didn't remember that.
All right. If you want, you can check the So Shameless chat. The thing is in there.
Okay.
Dodge, you here? Because it's very important, because I have a feeling that this is going to be triggering for you, which is why I didn't want to say anything. I was very scared of how I might affect you.
Okay.
There's a reason for that, but I'll talk about all this other shit first, right? She said her and the father noticed some weird instance or something going on with the kid, so they decided to not split, but live other places. Mm-hmm. At some point towards the 19th year, the young lady came to her mother and said, hey, when I was a kid, my brother, quote unquote brother, his son, used to try to kind of kiss me, and it was a longing kiss, and hump me, you know. She said, I don't feel uncomfortable. I just want to let you know. She said, I don't feel uncomfortable. I just want to let you know. I just wanted to let you know because it's been on my head the whole time. Kind of like, thing in your head. Mm-hmm. Which I salute her for doing that. The mother asked, hey, So Shameless, guys, I don't know you from anywhere, but I need life advice. Should I break up with this man? Because how the fuck I must look at him knowing that his son basically abused my child when they were younger. Daj, who has a newborn, 2 years old, she's still in the space where she could be like, she's 26 months.
I might not know her.
But she could. People be 36 months, 72 months. I've seen it. I haven't seen 72 months. I've seen 47. What?
Too much math.
It is, because I don't know how many years 47 months is.
Yeah.
Also, Daj lost her mom. And Daj is in a place where she's very like, yo, I am not leaving my child out here for anybody. I'm here. I think she's very present with her child. Daj, you agree?
Yes.
So for me, last week when we was having this conversation, you just made sure you checked the kid facts. Everything that I said is true, right? I thought about this. I literally laid in my bed early morning, probably was late to work, thinking about the message that I'm sending to people. And the message that I can send to people. How many of y'all went through some uncomfortable shit when you was a kid?
This episode of So Shameless may possibly be sensitive to certain audiences. We discuss child molestation and we discuss a lot of other sensitive topics. If you are sensitive to this topic, please skip ahead. I didn't.
I did. Me, cousins, sexual things, playing around, Thanksgiving, parents downstairs, we're in the room, in the big cousin room.
But was it uncomfortable or was it explorative?
She said it wasn't. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if it was uncomfortable for this little girl. I know that she wanted to tell her mother something. And I'm going to tell you I still remember every moment that I had when I was 5, 6, 7 in those ways.
Me too.
I still remember all of them. I still remember the playing, the touching, the house.
Kissing cousins.
I remember all of that shit. Down to the point where I remember in teenage years dreaming about certain people that's in my family I probably shouldn't have been dreaming about.
Okay.
Having weird feelings to this day that I can actually remember that. I can't remember much of what was going on 5, 6, 7 years old. 8.
Yeah.
So I can remember those days.
I remember mine too.
I remember the days when things transpired that definitely, if I told my mother right now, she would never want them around again. I'm sure. Or definitely look at disgust if they were.
Okay.
When this story is told to us and we don't speak to the parents, because I guarantee you most of these people in this chat, something's happened when they were young.
Yeah. Everybody's hand is up for the most part.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Every single listener out here, is 30,000 people out here. Maybe a little less. I don't know. It depends if they listen to see the thing is or whatever. They don't like clout. Maybe a little less.
All right.
But there's a message to be said like, yo, Ma, hold on, Ma. Hold on. I know you've been through some shit. But if you're telling me these kids were playing around at 8 and 11, most of us did. This little girl is telling you, I am not uncomfortable. I do not want you to break up with this man. And you were abused as a child. I'm wondering what lens. I often talk about lenses that people look through and how they affect their reality. How the lens of whatever you've been through affects your reality.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think about a young lady who has been in therapy for whatever reason in her teenage years. Not saying that that's abnormal or should be abnormal, but I think about, is it normal? Has it been normal? No. It should be. All our kids should be fucking in therapy. That's how I feel. All our fucking kids should be in fucking therapy. You know why? Because they got to deal with us.
Right.
And we come with some shit. Hey, I'm recording. You in that fucking reverse.
Reversing where? Like it's
He continuously does
to
it
the
every
corner.
week. Where are you going? Why do you pass where you need to go all the time? Fucking serious.
Just pull up
This
and
is
stay there.
serious. This is serious. This is serious. Bacon, go stab them. No, Bacon, don't go stab him. Sit down.
Right.
Let's think about this. Let's be real, right? This child had some issues, and this child said, I wanted to tell you. I don't want you to do anything about it. I just want to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Nothing wrong with it, but why? Because do you want to tell your mother about the things that you did? Like it might still be in your head. You might still think about it, but you wouldn't tell your mother that? Would you?
No. I ain't never told my mother none
Would
of
you?
the shit that me and my
Some of
little
the shit
cousin
that we
did.
did?
Shit me.
Okay. She beat his ass. Tiana beat his ass. So she felt the need to say, hey, listen, if they come for me, I stabbed him in his face.
Right.
You know.
I mean, that's
So I
valid.
guess you would tell if you're on the victim, if you consider yourself on the victim side of things.
I think sometimes you just want a shock moment.
Or what?
A shock moment.
Okay.
Really?
And that, you know what, honestly, it's hard, it's bad for me to say that. And I don't think, I'm not putting that on this young lady. But I do want to know, if you didn't want her to, if you don't feel uncomfortable, you don't want any real repercussions, you just wanted to tell her. That says something to me. Not that anything I want to judge. I don't even want to lay on that. I don't want to lay on that. I don't want to stay on that.
Yeah, because that's dangerous. That's like victim shaming.
Dangerous. It's victim. We don't know if it's a victim. Were you a victim? And then, okay, if we are, of what? Because this 11-year-old that watches television, and we're talking about house and stove and mom and dad and playing this or whatever they're getting from wherever they're getting it from. Fucking Thanksgiving, the big cousin is in his 15, 16, 17-year-old years, and he's curious, or she's curious. A lot of times it'd be the girls, by the way, but curious. Not saying that it is all the time, because guys is bugged out too. Yes, I've had issues with male cousins also. Not me personally, but where things have happened in my family, and that person had to be like, yo, why would you do that? Sexually things, right? Like, yo, why would you do that? So not to say that just women. Let's keep on the right side of this, right? What I'm saying is, a lot of times the older cousins be going through their hormones, and they'll be like, y'all kiss. Let me see if you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are all in the room. This is the cool cousin. Y'all in the cool cousin's room while your family's downstairs drinking spiked eggnog. They just happy to see each other or smoke or they play bid whist or fucking spades or whatever. They down there. They know the kids is all off by themselves, chilling. Everybody's in the big cousin's room chilling. They not thinking about nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And little shit happens. What do you think about when I'm talking?
it's hard to say how innocent or egregious the acts were. We can't imply that it was all innocent. Like, if she felt the need to say something, then it probably wasn't so innocent to her. Or else, if it was, then she wouldn't have said nothing. That's my take on it.
I think you guys are taking. You have to understand something from a young girl perspective, right? We're nurturers by nature. That's a woman thing, right? Sometimes even from really, really young. And you don't know if her reasoning for saying it's okay, I don't want you to break up with this person, is because she's putting herself or however she really feels to the side for her mom. You also have to understand that she's, 19 now?
Mm-hmm.
So she knows she's not going to be home much longer. She's an adult now. I don't want what affected me as a child that I can kind of dip in and out of to affect my mom and her happiness. There are several times and instances in a woman's life where we put our own true feelings on the back burner to account for somebody else's. So that's why it's like, I hear you, but you never really know.
Because you're right. You're absolutely right. Both of y'all are right. Mm. There's no way for me to make that distinction.
Right. There's no way for mom to make that distinction either.
Was there a way for you? So I was expecting you to say you had gone through something. I don't know how to make that distinction in my life either. Because the people who did it to me were older as well.
I don't know how to do it either.
But
it's
they were
difficult.
also family as well. But they weren't teenagers.
Yeah.
They were 2 years older than me. And I always wanted to make them happy. I always loved just being around them because they were the cool kids. They were the cool ones to be around. And, I'm just happy to be in their room. Mm-hmm. Or something of that sort, right? I don't know. Were they abusers? Were they curious? Were they... I don't know. If I were to say something now to my mom, does that mean that I feel abused? I don't know. What I will say is a lot of us have gone through this.
Yeah.
And we need to speak to our kids. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
We need to be more aware of what happens with our kids and when they're in the room. Mm-hmm. When we're taking our little break as parents because of whatever, tired, work. This is my 2 hours. Yep. I got to be at work in the morning. I got to wake up, cook you breakfast, whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to be more protective because these kids start exploring early.
They sure
There's
do.
not one of us that has a child that we knew what had got them to where they were when next thing you know they were pregnant. Well, some of us. Yeah. But that shit just happens out the blue. They be kissing. I remember I kissed really behind the second grade blackboard. You know, the moving blackboards?
I remember
that was my
those.
first kiss. How old are you in second grade?
7.
That's my first kiss. And from there, I longed for another one. You think my mother knew that I got kissed at 7?
Yeah. It's tough. It's hard because, you can't be everywhere at all times. It's impossible. And then you can't overtly helicopter also because you push your kids away. I think being a parent is one of the toughest things in the world, period, because you don't know. There's no right answer. There's no fucking handbook to this shit. It's very, very difficult because the first girl I kissed, I was 8. I was with the babysitter and she was babysitting other kids, and it was a kid that was there, and we liked each other, and we were the two girls. It was only the two of us, so we're playing house together. Somebody got to be the mommy, somebody got to be the daddy. That's my first intro to my gay shit.
Can I tell you something?
Kissing girls at 8. What the fuck? I don't know how to protect my kid from that. But I think that the larger scope of this is, I remember growing up, and when we talk about what's inappropriate, my mom always explained it under the guise of being an adult, never a kid. Also, if an adult does this, that, and to you, you better let me know. Right. Or don't let anybody touch you here, here, and here. If it's an adult, it was always adult. It never came under the scope of another child. So I think that that's also part of the issue. I think that having conversations about consent very early and about keeping things to yourself is preventative. It might put this next generation in a better place.
What does
The
that
kids
do,
do
though?
weird shit.
Because for me, Tron, pardon me, I don't know if you had something that you want to
No,
say.
I'm good.
I'm not sure if that first kiss led me to want to kiss more, but I used to love kissing after that first kiss. And I'm not sure if the things that happened in that cousin's room or those familiar rooms led me to wanting more and made me the freak that I am now today.
Maybe.
I'm not sure because I started focusing on that. Tron, you said you've never been through no shit like that.
No, I haven't.
You're not a freak.
I gotta pee. I'm not fucking with you.
I don't know if there's a connection there, but
What I'm saying is these things led me to having certain thoughts continuously. I tell you, I used to dream about these things. I remember dreaming about sex and with people who I wasn't supposed to be thinking about having sex with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, and it being arousing during my life, like during my being arousing, in a way where I started thinking about sex way too early about the wrong people, and
Yeah.
it became like this demon in my head, this hidden like thing on my shoulder that was always, I was always thinking about it.
I don't know if that would make you more freaky, like. Because
Don't try to.
no, because seriously, as a kid, I had the same sexual thoughts, but maybe just minus the with people that you shouldn't be thinking about. But I don't think that's like a problem in your adulthood, like having sex with people you're not supposed to. So I don't know if that's a connection to freakiness.
Having sex with people you're not supposed to. I think being open to it at 5 years old, 6, 7. Definitely, those are your formative years. If you're doing things and you start having new dreams and thinking about it and longing for it, how you gonna tell me that doesn't affect you?
I mean, like, I don't know if it, the part about the people that you're not supposed to, if that had an effect on you.
I don't know. I can't call it. I ain't no that head
'Cause it's
doctor.
not like you're a habitual line stepper in your adult years, are you?
Are you joking?
No.
Am I a habitual line stepper?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate that. I would think that most people would say, Tiana, you think I'm a habitual line stepper?
Like, I
I
mean,
think
like,
I think most people
and
would call
having
me
sex with people you're not supposed to have sex with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dodge, you think I'm a habitual line stepper? Like, is there a question? Like, if 0 to 100%, how much of a habitual line stepper am I?
92.
All right, let's keep that there. There's another story that goes into my story. Because I want to know if I was right or wrong.
Probably not.
Bacon, how much of a habitual line stepper you think I am? 60? Oh, that's pretty good. Well, I never tried to.
First of all,
Come on, the Bacon.
that's kind of fucked up because you just met Bacon.
Nah, but he was a fan
That's
for
a
a long
high.
time.
That's a high number.
Bacon was.
I'm a habitual line stepper. That's
You
what
are?
Parker's father calls me.
In what way?
He says that I ask for an inch and take a mile.
Yeah, you're annoying.
That's fine.
I would like to say that I agree with you both. There should be room left for this young lady to say, hey, this happened to me, and me not try to make it seem as if, hey, that's normal, right? Because that's not what I'm trying to do. The problem is it is normal. It shouldn't be normal. The problem is it is. Most times when we talk about abuse, it's always about something that happens outside of the home. Unfortunately, your first experiences with sexuality, happen in your house. Happens with people that you're very familiar with. Even whether it's fantasies, whether it's some type of play. We buy girls stoves and tell them to be mom. What's the more natural thing to happen next? Find a dad. We all played these games as kids. We didn't know that there was a limit on where we were going to because you don't know the effect of those games. You don't know that they could cause psychological trauma. You don't know that one day you might be looking back at this particular instance like, damn, that really changed me. I've been through that myself. And having that conversation last week really was, I felt like I didn't do what I was put here to do. I know that I could have triggered a few people, but I just feel like the kids out there deserve a little bit more from us as parents, but we're so scared of certain topics. We're scared to address certain things. We're scared of things that happen to us. We won't even talk about things that happen to us. So here we are.
I feel like parents should definitely talk about boundaries, talk about private areas that should not be touched by anybody else. What should happen if those areas are touched? Maybe if you want, depending on the age, go into detail as to why and talk about consent, things of that nature. But I think a good conversation is all you really need. I think most kids are going to get it. They're going to understand. They're going to remember in the heat of the moment, even if they're going to be kids and they're going to be mischievous, they're going to remember that, wait, I'm not supposed to do this. But if they never had that convo, then you can't really fully blame them. At the end of the day, kids are going to be kids. They're going to do shit behind our back that we're not aware of and we're not privy to and we may never know. But, do your part. Just say a little something. Like, I learned something today. Like, that's something that I need to have those conversations as well. You know what I mean? So definitely talk about it.
Bitch, I don't know. I'm too new to this parenting thing. I really don't know. I don't know what to do. Y'all see, I am to the extreme. Like, I'm ready to jump out the window and put fucking cameras and mics all through my house so I know what the fuck is going on. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's the right thing to say. So I just don't know.
The problem is that these kids are left with experimenting by themselves, and it's normally with somebody they're very close to that shouldn't be. They shouldn't be experimenting with that person, and the parents have no idea what's going on. The problem is it's happening right under the parents' nose. Trom, why are you looking at me like that?
Because I got a point. My point is the normal shit is the shit that the parents don't know about. It's the excessive shit that the kid feels obligated to tell you. So if that kid told her mom, that makes me think that it's not innocent. It's something excessive. It's beyond the regular shit that you talk about.
Why? Because we have kept these things from our parents, so that means that our situations is more normal than this situation.
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
The fact that she felt the need to tell her mom
At
something.
19 is something that happened when she was 8. Okay, maybe.
I think Trom is right because at 32, what
mom?
the fuck? I'm not even having that conversation. Like,
would you tell your mom?
That's why
yeah.
I was trying to. It's kind of.
If it was innocent 8-year-old shit, would you feel the need to say something 11 years later?
or would you be
even
harboring
think about
on it?
Yeah.
Exactly, because it took us to hear this letter to rehash some shit when you asked the question. Like, well,
It's
when
always
you
been
were
in my head.
it hasn't always been in mine. I fucking forgot about most of this shit.
It's always been there.
I only remember about the kissing the little girl thing when anybody asked me about like my gay origin stories. Like, oh, I've been kissing girls since I knew I liked girls since I was super duper young. And here's the reason, here is what led me to that point. And then me thinking that I'm abnormal my whole life until high school when I learned about different people and different things. So then it was normalized and I'm like, okay, so this thing that I've been feeling this whole time, the fact that I'm having like crushes on my best female friends is because I like girls. That's fine. Now I'm okay with that. Now I get it. Now, as far as my kissing cousins phase, I completely forgot about that until you brought it up last week. I'm not traumatized by it. And then I found out, lady, we're not even blood cousins, so it made me feel better. The fuck?
My thing is for Trom, and we don't know enough about the situation. Homegirl could call us if she'd have called me. She could tell us all bunch of shit, and most times I'm wrong anyway, as one of these people said. Right? Most times I don't. My problem with this is that she has been in therapy, which means that she could have been using communication as a way to just That's something that they teach you. Learning how to talk, learning how to express yourself, learning how to. And she might have just been using that tool in this. Maybe not. I don't know. We don't know enough.
Right. But
But what
I think
wanna
this is
say
an
is
important conversation
That's
to
what I
have.
want to say.
Yeah.
I think that I left when I agreed that he was an abuser and potentially this, that, and the other without saying, hey, guys, most of us did this. And we all need to pay more attention to our children and find a way to communicate right and wrong and certain boundaries with your cousins. And
You know how many
maybe you shouldn't
cameras I'm
give
gonna have
the
in my
fucking,
house? It's gonna be sick.
That's all I'm saying. That's
It's gonna
really
be
what I
sick.
wanted to say, because I can't say anything specifically about this situation. We don't know enough.
Yeah. You're right.
Right?
You're absolutely right.
But I can say this situation made me think back and made me say, yo, this is what we have this platform for.
Yeah.
Daz, you gonna put cameras in your kids' room, like when they get older?
I'm gonna have cameras in every single room in my house. Inside, outside, hallways, everything. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Y'all gotta understand, I am severely anxious. One. I have one kid. So I have one shot to do this shit right.
And that's
I
not the
can't
right
make
way to
no
do it.
mistakes.
That's not the right way to do it.
And
You want the kid to know they're
You
under
gonna
surveillance?
police your kids?
huh?
You want them to be under, her to be under surveillance? Go ahead, Tron.
You think I'm a fucking teller? Why would I
So you're
tell
gonna
her?
violate her privacy. What if she
Yes!
finds out?
That's a
What do you think
conversation to
gonna
have
do?
in 10 years.
No, baby.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, baby. You saw a
Yeah,
Black
yeah,
Mirror
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. It is an episode of Black Mirror like that. I don't think I'm gonna take it that far. Like, she's gonna get an Apple Watch from young, just so I could track her. She don't gotta have a phone, but she can. You got your watch. I need to be able to. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That.
That's different than cameras in her bedroom.
Why would I not have cameras in her bedroom if she happens to have sleepovers and shit? I'm just supposed to be like, okay, all the kids go to bed. No,
Mm.
are you fucking kidding me?
So, all right.
First of all, you also
Right.
have to understand, like, within my anxiety and my PTSD that I have.
You remember I talk about
I
how we
think
fuck
of-
up our kids? You
I-
keep talking about your issues.
No,
You keep talking about your issues. Hey, me, anxiety, PTSD. These are all your
but
things.
these are that's the reason. What I'm saying is, you have no idea how many different scenarios I can think up in my head at the drop of a hat, and to the point of getting myself upset and convincing myself that they're real. This is something I need to do for my own mental health. It's a violation. It's a conversation that's gonna have to be
You
had
can't-
later.
No, I don't like that you keep doing that.
I don't care.
I don't think that you keep trying to throw the right thing out of the way and say, "Oh well, we'll deal with it." No, that's not what we're here for. We're literally here to get rid of shit like that. You can't just keep being the one to say, "Oh well, I'm me, and it is what it is." No, that's a violation of your children's privacy.
It is.
It's completely, and it's literally like there's a unwritten rule book.
What's the rule?
It just doesn't seem right.
That's fine.
Trump, stop her. What the
You
fuck?
can't. Fuck y'all going to do?
I mean,
I just want to know what the fuck y'all think y'all going to do. I said what I said.
So, all right, maybe when they have a sleepover, put a camera in the living room, something like that. I could see that maybe, but in the bedroom, like full time, 24-hour surveillance.
So what are we?
It's
scared
not
that
like
she's
I'm going to be
see?
sitting there fucking watching this shit all day,
Listen,
but
so
I'm
what
just
you gonna-
saying.
You're gonna see. You're gonna watch it.
I'm the type of person that, like, I have a lot of my close friends' locations on my phone, on my iPhone. And randomly, I'll just check them
Do you
just
have
to
mine-
make
you
sure
have
everybody's
mines?
home. Who, yours?
Mhm.
No, you should have mine, though.
No, but why don't you have mine? You have everybody's. We talking about you, not me.
I think you're
I don't
safe.
have people like that.
I think you're fine. Would you
So-
like for me? You want to add? You want to
No.
get added?
No, but I did think about the other day. All these real people, all these real friends
I didn't say
have each
real
other's
friends.
locations. Yes, you did. You said my close
I
friends.
said some of my friends.
You said a lot of your close friends.
A lot of them, but it's
You
not
didn't say some.
everybody.
You're trying to minimize what you said. Don't,
Okay,
don't
so
run.
it's not
Don't run. Stay here.
everybody. It's not
But
everybody.
you never asked me for mine.
No, I didn't ask many people for this. It's mostly girls and Mouse because I have to track Mouse because I never know where the fuck he is.
And he's always late.
Exactly. So, like, to ease my own anxiety, I'd be like, "Oh, Mouse is still home. He's
Did
not
that help
there
you
yet."
today?
Yeah,
It
it did.
eased your anxiety? I feel like it made you more anxious
No,
because you knew he wasn't nowhere to be found. He wasn't nowhere near where he's supposed to be.
no. But then I started checking it, and he got here really fast, and I'm like, "Oh, he's there. Oh, now he's there. Oh, he's on Hancock already. Great."
What is the conversation that you have with your children about these family things and sex young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old? Because
My
I
kid
know a
can't go
young lady
nowhere.
that was assaulted at a very early age, and she's never spoke, like literally assaulted. Never said anything to anybody because it was a close family friend.
I don't. My kid can't go nowhere. My kid can't go to.
What conversation do you have with her? How do we can somebody help me with this? Because I don't know.
I don't
know how you speak to your child about that. I know
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying so. Or do we just say, hey, it's normal. It happens. One day you're going to play house and they might tie you down and jerk you off or some shit because they seen it. Well, that's what happened to me. It was great. What?
I should have called out today. Like it's like when you know in your spirit. Like some days I be having those days when I'm just like, yo, I know I'm just not capable, but I'm like, nah, Dodge, push through. I had a fucked up day at work. Parker was pissing me off, and I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna push through, and now I'm here. I should have called out.
What?
That's all I
I
gotta
wasn't
say.
supposed to tell my truth. Like what? My truth offends you?
I'm not offended at all.
Makes you
Actually,
feel like you don't want to be around. You don't want to be a part of this.
Oh shit.
what was the question?
How do you not have your son touched by other people too early?
I do not know. Put cameras in your house
Like you said earlier,
and let everybody know that there's cameras everywhere. Like I will announce that shit.
I think
Just
better.
to let y'all know, every room in this house is being recorded. So if anybody wants to play stupid, if anybody wants to do anything fucking dumb,
There's conversations that's better than cameras because you're not gonna be in the house all the time,
but them cameras will,
right? And then if
and they're always on record.
out in the street in the bathroom at school, then what? I'd
There
rather
wasn't no cameras behind the chalkboard. We probably checked, I'm sure.
I'd rather a convo like Tahoe said, talk to them about where they shouldn't be touched. And if somebody touches you there, you say something. And after you fuck them up, and then you come tell me what happened.
But the problem is with a lot of abuse that happens to children, not all of the time do they know that it's wrong.
Boom.
Because it
Boom.
feels good.
Boom.
But that's
In
why
the
you
moment.
tell them
And because
like,
you
yo,
like the person as
Right.
a cousin or as a friend
Or somebody, so
whatever.
you don't even know that you're being violated because in your head you're not being violated. That's when we talk about different types of sexual misconduct, and it's just like we only hold rape to like, oh, you have to be like tied down and forced, or somebody forcing themselves
There we
on you.
go.
But there are many different sides, there are many different facets. So with that being said, I don't think that that is the best way, because what if it's the person that you like and they're filling up on you?
All right.
What if it's somebody that you look up to
Because I don't think
and
it
they
was abuse
filling
for
up
me.
on
It was
you?
exploration. We was exploring. We was just doing things that kids do when they're
I don't know a lot of kids that's touching dicks.
no.
No.
How do you know that?
Because as a little girl, I always thought like there was always like a boundary. Like there's one thing if you like kiss somebody. There's another thing if you're like touching body parts. Like I didn't grab a dick till I was damn near in high school.
Tiana, you agree? Tiana's like, yeah. And I was out
Little
there.
freak ass kid. No, like I don't like. I don't
Yeah.
know a lot of little girls that's just walking around grabbing dicks unless somebody, an adult, violated them, and then they think that that's normal. If that makes sense.
So were you saying that that was abuse or something? Because my dick came out? I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that's like if we're talking about like a spectrum, like you was all the way over there.
Really?
Like I remember as being a kid, like we always thought that body parts and shit was nasty. Like ew, like everything was like ew. Like you would. I wasn't
But the
grabbing
thing is
dicks.
that they were the I don't want to say objects of my affection, but I wanted their attention. They were the cool kids. So the fact that they even found me as somebody that they wanted to play this game with, I was super with it. I'm younger than y'all. I don't really be around y'all like that because y'all always kick me out and
Yeah.
send me off.
Keep kicking these little niggas out. Send them off.
And so yeah, I wanted to.
I think my abuse.
I wanted to take my
stories-
virginity later in life.
Yikes. My abuse stories from kids, it was like from childhood was more emotionally abusive or physically abusive than like sexually abusive. Like I had a cousin lock me in the attic for hours when I was in Kentucky. Like she locked me in the attic for hours and thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Like that's fucked up. Right? And then what do I do when I get of age and have a little cousin? I locked one of my little cousins in a room for hours, like put a fucking blanket over his head and wrapped him around with a rope and left the nigga in the room.
There you
Like,
go.
that's fucked up.
Pay it forward. There you go.
I locked my mom in the closet.
Excuse me?
We were when we used to fight, me and my mom, and one day I just picked her up and put it in the closet and closed it and put something in front of it.
How does she speak to you? Like, I don't know how to let shit go, baby.
Wolf want to fuck me up. You see Wolf?
Son, that's wild.
No, nigga, when it was bad in here. That's when I ran away. I started living with Tron. It was bad in here. Nigga, one day I remember she came and unscrewed my door and dragged it down the hallway. Just looking at my door being dragged away like a friend.
That's why if she would have had cameras, you wouldn't even need to do all that. Ain't no privacy in this house.
It was bad when I was a kid, which is why I'm so happy that I got into a place where I'm really trying extra to show love, like show her real love. You know what I mean? Like really say good morning, and when I come in the house, go into her spot and hey, hi, give her a hug. How you doing? How was your day?
Niggas, I would disown somebody for less, honestly.
Yeah, I put it in the closet. Calm your ass down.
Calm your ass down as the mother.
She was like, let me out.
The way I would have fucked you up, I would have got my twin sister. We would have jumped you in this fucking house, and then you wouldn't even had to go run away to Trump house because your shit would already been there.
I think she did. I think she called my uncle, and not that time, but at some point it was bad. She called my uncle and shit, and he came over, tried to threaten me, and I just looked at him like, I dare you. But
That's
by then, I
that
was in the
little boy
street.
shit. That's that boy shit. This is what it goes back to the conversation we had a couple months ago that you got to ship these little bad niggas off to their daddy house and let their daddy figure it the fuck out, because that's mad stress. Who want to go through that type of stress? You being terrorized by somebody that you birthed? Bitch, I birthed you and you would terrorize me in a house that I pay bills in? Get the fuck out.
She used to always threaten me with sending me to boarding school.
Should have.
I don't think she had it. It should be expensive.
That's a mother's love.
I dare
No.
you. I like it here. Send me. I like it.
That is a mother's love. Like, I think as mothers sometimes we're too forgiving. You would not be able to walk straight.
Somebody said they're young and exploring the girls, seeing the boys have different parts than them and vice versa, and each year has gotten worse and worse. These kids are fresh.
Well, not
Somebody
fresh.
said,
I don't
had
like the
dick
term
around me
fresh.
all the time. Where the girls at? These kids today make me sad. Kids in kindergarten talking about giving head. Obviously, they seeing too much.
Yep.
I spoke about, hey guys,
Yep. That's
these
true.
comments that I'm reading are from the live Zoom that we have going on right now. They have a chat box in there so that they can speak to each other. They can speak to us. Tiana's watching. Dodge is watching. Trom has his phone on. He's watching. And they speak to us while we are... Tanae, turn your fucking camera off.
Hey, girl.
She had one job. To be your own girlfriends. To be your own girl.